What is going on, everyone? My name is Grizz, and welcome back for episode 5 of Tokyo Revengers Season 2. Last week we had our best episode yet, at least for this season. We lost Hawkeye as he's moving on over into the Black Dragons as a part of a deal that we did in order to release Yuzuha from whatever Taiju was putting her through or having her do. It didn't seem that much of what he was actually having her do, so it makes me think she is hiding something, and it seemed like Mitsuya believed that as well. In order to stop Hakkai's plan and what ends up happening in the future of him killing his brother, we end up trying to create a plan in which we get Kisaki and Hanma, as well as Chifu and Takemichi all together, and they are all working on a plan to stop Taiju, I guess, and stop Black Dragons. This plan also works out because it also allows us to stop Hawkeye from doing the things that he does while still taking down this other group. And now we have to see if things are just going to continue going the way it is, or if we're going to have to try and gain in like the other members in order to make this happen. But we'll end up seeing. So let's just get going with episode 5.
Mikey はもうダメかもしれねえ。
Well, what do you know?
バジを引きずってる。バジさんはてめえが。とにかくこのままだと当番は終わる。
He's like, anyways, I was the one, but let's go. Okay, so we're gonna keep the whole thing secret. But we can't use the group. Okay. See, I thought that he was gonna use his entire group for this, so it literally is just them four. Damn. Operation Christmas Eve. Oh. No, you can't. I can assure you, you two cannot do this. If they find that Kasaki's the one that you're working with while doing this, he's just gonna end up getting promoted more. Nobody's gonna go for it if you're trying to get rid of him. That's true, they do have to find a way to stop him. They have to change something, because if they just do everything as it is now, nothing's gonna change in the future. They have to find something different to do. We're gonna have a boring Christmas. Yeah, you do, and you're gonna ignore her on Christmas. The meeting spot on the bridge is gonna throw you off of it. We will do it. The thing is, I don't think you all have the same goal. I think you all have different goals, but you just don't realize it. What the Hanmas? What a name. No. He doesn't. He's not even showing up to school, I bet. Yeah, you are. And you don't remember what you planned. Hina, what did we plan again? Yeah, Kisaki? Valid. Absolutely valid. Huh? Huh? Yeah, huh? Like who? Yeah. Why do you know him? Hold on. Are we just missing something? Is it simple or is it... So his fascination is from somebody he met in like elementary? That's a little weird. Smart motherfucker. Holy shit. Okay. And from that moment he fell in love. They're trying to give us sad Kisaki backstory so we can feel bad for him. That's not happening. You didn't even check all your grounds, bro. You don't even know. I can let you meet him. But this tracks. He's very smart back then, and he still knows what he is. He's very calculating.
みちくんと会うかも。
え？
少し不器用で、ちょっと不愛想だけど、根はいい子だったから。
Does this relate to the hero thing? And he thinks Takamichi's his hero because he's like has this weird fascination with Hina from all these years ago. So he's like, oh, you were able to be with this type of girl. I don't know, some weird shit like that. I hope that's not it. This makes me feel weird. I don't know why. I don't like wherever this is going. Why are they stepping on a cat? It's a waste of time. Hey, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You're like 10, so they don't care at this age. These are the ugliest fucking kids I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. And Takamichi just randomly shows up. Oh, from the OP, I think. Yeah. Okay, interesting. This gives it more than what I just thought. What is this, ping pong? At the fucking hero? What do you think, they were just gonna run off when he did that? Oh, he's already crying. Oh, he got his ass beat, bro. Suck, he's still just watching. You just watched it happen.
後先考えねえでこんなことすんなよな。助けに来といて負けちまってさ。てか、マントなんてどこで？
君は負けるって分かってて、助けに来てくれたんだよ。
So he didn't actually ever see Kisaki there.
勝てる人より100倍すごいよ。あの日、ヒナは君に恋をしました。花垣。2組の立花さんが花垣のこと好きだってさ。
Oh. How long did this take, I wonder? And he didn't remember. And he was just like, ah, she's cute. Yeah. And he's gonna cry. What else would he do in this situation? It's only natural. For him. How far away is Christmas Eve? Because that was the episode title. Is it just referencing this, or is that actually going to happen this episode? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Hold on. It's all coming together. What happens here? Why? Yeah, what happens? Does something happen with Kisaki? Maybe he like threatens him or says something or... who are you? Who is this? What?
はじめまして、花垣くん。ひなたと直人の父の立花雅人です。
え？ひなのお父さん？
Okay. Is he gonna tell him, get the fuck away?
娘と付き合ってる。
Uh-oh. Yeah, and he looks like this with all the bandages and shit. That's never a good rip. Even though I'm a 26-year-old man.
ありがとう。
Okay, everything I'm thinking this episode has gone a completely different direction. I'm actually confused now. I thought his dad was gonna like be like fucking threatening him and stuff. I mean, I guess that could still happen.
話の通り、いい子そうで安心したよ。僕の頼みを聞いてくれるかい？
You leave my daughter alone. We're not gonna get to know.
姉ちゃんデートしてたんだよ。
ナオト、お母さんはお父さんのこと今でも好き？
Absolutely not.
急に。
なんとなくどうなのかな？
Yeah, what?
大好き。ひなも10年後 竹道くんにそう言いたい。
You're not gonna be here in 10 years for that. What did he say? It definitely wasn't good. So I might be right. Yeah. Okay. I got one right this episode.
あの子の幸せを願いたい。
ちょっと待ってくださいよ。
You're not gonna be happy with you.
君は不良だ。
Valid.
娘を巻き込まないと言い切れるかい。
I can't promise it if I leave her. Also valid. So he takes that to heart. But the issue with this is he's not changing anything if he still does it and tells her that. Like if he still breaks up with her, he's not changing anything. He's just following what was already done in the future beforehand. This is Christmas Eve, so it's happening. Oh, what the fuck? We're already here. We're gonna have like 7 episodes left on just Christmas. The fuck? Oh, he did it too. Fuck, bro.
別れよう、ひな。
Fuck, bro.
な
No.
んで急にって思うかもしんないけど、ずっと考えてたっていうか、好きな子ができたっていうか。
No, don't. You're
そう。
no.
好きな子がいる。
I'm uncomfortable.
もう好きじゃない。
No, why would you lie though?
だから。
She can't be understand. Oh, okay. Okay, she getting violent. We having a domestic in the park. Uh-oh.
ひな。
This dude can't catch a break. I'm gonna be honest, I felt like that was a moment that should have been built really highly up, like emotion-wise, and it fell pretty
何か因
flat.
縁があるかもしれない。
We'll see
こうした
though.
方がいいんだ。
花垣くんのことひなが守ってあげるの。
これでいい。
You haven't done anything to change the future. The only good thing that was in your life you ruined too. It's your fault. I guess the dad's fault too for putting it in his mind.
どうしよう。大好きだ。
So you shouldn't have done it. It took you till now too. You had like probably like a week to reflect on like what to do.
つか滝道どうしたその顔。
おいおい、ブサイクに磨きがかかったじゃねえか。
渋谷にある
He looks normal now.
キリスト教会。都合のいい。
クリスマスの夜って教会は人でいっぱいなんじゃねえの。
それは今夜イブの夜だ。
Yeah.
明日の今
On
頃には明け
Christmas,
ている。
no. That's why he goes then.
八海が大樹を襲うなら絶対その時しかねえ。俺らは礼拝堂の外で大樹を待ち構える。八海は先に教会の中にいるはず。竹道が説得しろ。八海を止めるのは仲のいいお前が一番の敵役だろ。
No, he's the best person to do it because he's the main character, not because they're friends.
三人が外で大樹を叩く。
So you three against Taiju. Takamichi tries to hold back and convince Hakai.
隠密作戦はほぼ決まった。
And we're gonna have a lot of episodes to do it.
その鬱憤明日全部ぶつけてやれ。
So interesting episode. I think it's very good, but it doesn't hit the way I think it should have. They twisted a lot of things from how I guess I thought they were gonna go, which I liked, and some things which I thought I got wrong actually turned out to be things that I got right. Regardless, I liked them throwing in different things and being like, oh shit, like didn't know this was gonna happen. The thing of like the dad randomly showing up and you being like, oh shit, was this just Naoto again from the future? Like some random shit got mixed up. Hina already knowing Kasaki, the reconnecting of the flashback that we had before when we find out that he broke up with her on Christmas Eve and we never knew why, and now we see it here. It worked really well. The first point to touch on, I guess, is just Hina and Kasaki already knowing each other. We get a nice little flashback, I guess, to flesh out their characters a bit and find out that Kasaki and Hina attended the same elementary and they knew each other back then. Hina was always nice to him and he was kind of like the loner guy. He was like really smart, didn't like wasting time, did just what he had to do. and didn't really deal with other people. Didn't do well with other people either. But Hina would like kind of look out for him and be friendly towards him because nobody else really would, and she's just a good person, right? Then one day Hina gets into something with these two guys, or with these few guys who are picking on this cat, and they decide they're going to try and take out their anger on her instead and beat her up. And Takemichi comes in to try and save her. Doesn't end up working out, as you saw, but it was the effort that counted. The idea that some random guy came out in her time of need and was willing to put himself and his body and life basically on the line to try and protect her and save her was something that left a deep, deep impression on her and made her basically fall in love with him. From that moment on, I think it was 6th grade, they said. And now, even when we see her in a flashback 20 something years later, or not 20 years, but it's probably like 15 or whatever years later after that 6th grade incident, she's still in love with this guy, even though she hadn't seen him for like 12 years or something at that point, right? And it's something that she held on to forever and she never really could get past or get over. And it just shows you a testament to the type of person that she really is. Now, where this really became interesting, though, is the idea that Kisaki and her are friends. We find out at the end of last season how Kisaki calls Takemichi his hero. He has some sort of fascination with Takemichi. Same thing with Hina, almost, because he gets her killed in every single timeline that there is. What exactly is going on there? There's a few things that come to mind. One, it could be a Takemichi's my hero because he saved the girl that like looked out for me or that I cared about, right? He like saved her in her time of need when Kisaki wasn't strong enough. And maybe that's why he's grown to kind of change a bit and become as strong as he is now, because he wants to be able to be like Takemichi was then. He almost looks up to him, right? Another could just be he like idolizes Takemichi in a way because he was able to go out with this girl like Hina, somebody that was always around Kisaki that Kisaki like liked probably himself. Or it could just be like simply the fact that Takemichi puts himself on the line to try and help out his friends all the time or help out those in need. I think the first option is most likely, and he looks up to him for being able to do things that Kisaki wishes that he could do, and that's why he's changed the way he is, kind of, and he's a little different now. At least he got stronger and he like changed from just being focusing on his studies in school to becoming like a full-out gang member, right? Part 2 kicks us off with Takemichi meeting Naoto, which I guess is Hina's dad's name as well. We find out he basically is like glad that Takemichi seems like a good person, but because of the type of person and things that he gets into, he wants him to stay away from Hina just because he doesn't want to put her in harm's way. And that kind of bothers Takemichi because he realizes, that's right, I have been doing that. So he goes out of his way to kind of not let that happen by him continuing to break up with her. That whole scene, though, with them and the argument and him breaking up with her falls really flat to me, and I don't really care for it. I think it could have been done better, and it's something that probably should have had a lot more emotion, especially because it's something that was hinted in flashback, 20 episodes prior. Almost, it was like it should have been done better, and it should have actually hit me more. I don't know, maybe other people it'll affect them more, but for me, it did absolutely nothing. Unfortunate. I was like stressed or whatever beforehand, but when the actual scene started going, it really did nothing for me. And then Takemichi just started reflecting on like, oh, did I make a mistake? Like, yeah, no shit, you made a fucking mistake, because instead of changing the future and trying to change the path that you go on, you're trying to focus on controlling one thing at a time instead of fixing a whole bunch of other problems that could have occurred, and you created a bigger overall issue that's going to happen here. And that's the main issue that we're having with Takemichi. He's so focused on stopping Hawkeye and not letting him kill his brother that we are not focused on fixing anything else in the present timeline whatsoever. Like, fixing this thing with Hawkeye is going to magically change something. You realize it's not going to make a perfect future if you just do that. It's going to open up other doors and things that are going to happen in the future. So you got to try and fix as many things or change things as much as you can here. And even in this situation, he could have prevented this thing with Hina, gone back into the future really quick with Naoto, and then like literally the next day, come back and just seen what like still happened. Or maybe he could have fixed this thing with Hina, then did that like with Taiju and that fight and everything, and then went back and saw what happened. But instead he just chose, let me keep this static, let me do exactly what I did in the previous timeline, let me then just focus on the Hawkeye thing, and then I'll work things out afterwards. It's just like, I don't like it. It doesn't make any sense. For story purpose, sure, it makes sense, but as just like, you're not changing anything. He keeps complaining that he doesn't want to do things. Same things with like, oh, I don't want to work with Kisaki, but I guess I have to. It's like, well, yeah, sure, you can, because you want to get to your overall goal, but you got to realize you're not changing a single thing. You haven't done anything different, and that's something that Chief Yu pointed out to him last episode, you haven't done a single thing different, but you wanted to go back and see if things changed. Like, literally nothing has changed. Everything that probably happened in the previous timeline is happening again, and you're really not doing anything different. So he really needs to get on that. And I don't know, that kind of bugged me. Literally just from like a 2-minute scene that happened here that fell flat to me, unfortunately led to me being a bit upset with that. But I do like the episode overall because of everything that it builds up together and what it builds towards. That leaves us to where we are at the end, and the Christmas fight is basically starting. It's basically Christmas now. So that's what this season is about. I don't know what the hell is about to happen then, because we have about like 6 or 7 episodes left, I think. And I don't know how the hell you're going to stretch out a fight throughout the entire thing. So maybe my idea is wrong. Maybe they're going to actually fix the fight or finish the fight like 2 or 3 episodes in, and then we're going to have like 4 or 5 episodes just randomly to patch things up or like figure out random other things. I don't know. I'm actually curious, or maybe just kind of build us towards what's going to get into the next arc. But I kind of hope it's not like 8 episodes of just fighting. I don't know, because considering the animation and the action isn't like the most interesting thing about the show, and that would end up being the longest fight that we've seen so far, because even the showdown that we had in the last season was a long season, but it had like a lot of flashbacks and things into it. So I guess unless they incorporate a lot of that into this, I have no idea what's about to happen. I am excited though. I like what we're building towards. I'm interested a lot in Kisaki. Like I said, as a character, I think he's a very good character. I don't like him as a person or anything like that, but as a character, he is very interesting to me. So I am excited to see what happens. Also, they did point out that it is just going to be the 4 of them, it seems like. So it's only going to be us working on this. Takemichi's probably not going to be in the main fight either, so it's going to be the top, or the other 3, which is cool because Kisaki can't actually bring in the rest of the group, because if he tries to bring in that many people in his own squad, somebody like Mikey and the others are going to find out, and he doesn't want to get the whole group involved. I am a bit worried though that they're going to show up, and what they initially thought was like 2 people going to be like outside guarding or whatever, it's going to be literally the entire gang, and then they're going to get their shit absolutely clapped, and then we're going to have to be back to square one. And that's actually something I feel like I can see happening. So I hope that's not the case, because we're just going to have to find out. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Also the subscribe. They both mean a lot. Links to Twitter and my enemy list are in the description. Feel free to follow me and add me as a friend on there. I will be back next week for the 6th episode, and you guys have a good one. See ya.